ProJared, he would solicit nudes from fans.
We're essentially putting out myths onto the internet. We kind of Facetune our lives on social media.
Next week, I'm having Pam on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
The friend.
Yeah.
Wow. That's, boy.
Uh-huh.
I made a joke that my older sister was she's newly single, but they would not work.
What?
It's weird for me.
But it's not about you, Courtney. It's about my happiness and your sister's happiness.
That's right, Courtney.
Dude.
Welcome back to 102.7. This is Ryan Seacrest. We got Ryan's Roses coming up. We got a real hot one today. It's real crazy.
Woo! Welcome back to SmoshCast. It feels so nice to be back in here. I feel like it's been forever, but I was literally only away for a week.
Oh, yeah, because you shot the last one in New York.
Yeah, in New York. It just seems like so long. It feels so nice to be back. It's like putting on just a nice pair of shoes that you haven't worn in a while, you know?
Yeah.
You guys are my shoes. I put my feet in you.
What kind of shoes are we?
Well, Shayne, you're kind of like a clog.
Okay.
Courtney, you're kind of like a croc.
Wow.
Clogs and Crocs.
Yeah.
They're basically the same type of shoe,
That's
just
true.
different material.
That's actually
Yeah.
true. Crocs are just kind of like rubber, holy clogs.
It's probably why they have a lot of the same letters.
True. Yeah. Dude, I went, when I was in the hospital in Amsterdam, because you know clogs are like a very Dutch thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of the doctors were wearing clogs.
Really?
That would seem
like,
awful.
Genuinely?
Yeah.
And so they're just
Not
clonking
like the wooden,
around.
Not like the
Okay.
wooden clogs.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
I'll be right back with your results. Kung, kung, kung.
Yeah.
The hall.
Mr. Johnson, I have some bad news.
So yeah, I guess people actually wear clogs.
It's pretty great.
I can't believe you, I didn't realize you guys were going to make the last podcast in New York.
Yeah, it was just kind of a thing where I knew that I would be surrounded by YouTubers that I admire. So I was like, maybe I can scam one of them into being on our podcast. And the Slow-Mo guys were gracious enough to lend me their voices, their beautiful British voices.
That's great.
And yeah, it was a lovely time. So, so we recorded this. We recorded this on Friday, and something very, very juicy happened on Wednesday night, or at least that's when I got a text from a friend of mine who knows I privately indulge in drama. I don't like to espouse it out into the world.
Yeah,
that
but
much.
you love hearing some tea.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
a good old juicy story. So there was a game. I mean, this is coming out now on Wednesday, so it'll be old news by then. But there was a gamer by the name of ProJared.
ProJared.
Oh my gosh, what'd he do?
Well, first off, I guess he kind of cheated on his wife, and that's been kind of like the whole hoopla right now. Like currently, everyone's just kind of memeing on him for cheating on his wife and sending out nude photos to people, and his nudes are all over the internet now.
He kind of set that karma up for himself, though, like with his statement, right? I mean,
Well, yeah. So he basically put out the statement that didn't say anything about the cheating. He was just like, we want to seek happiness for ourselves, and you know, during this time you may see a lot of rumors, speculation, and gossip going around. I ask that you make your own observations and come to your own conclusions. And then he proceeded to block his wife on Twitter, so
that she wouldn't see his statement or something, right?
But that kind of forces her to then make her own statement.
Yeah.
Where she says that she recently learned that he had been having sex with somebody else that's also online for many months. So, yeah.
I can, because her tweets, there was like, 500 of them? Like she was just spitting fire all
man.
day
It
yesterday.
That was a hot thread.
And at first I was like, dang, this is crazy. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, of course she is this mad. And a lot of her tweets were claiming that he was really manipulative and stuff. And without knowing them, I believe it because his statement was manipulative in itself, because he was, before she could say anything, he was going, before my wife says anything, just know it's probably not true.
Rumors and speculation.
Blocked her, don't listen to her. And
Come to your own conclusions.
I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
dude. And then the top response to that statement is apparently.
Oh yes, the accused mistress saying, "If you need me, I'll be here for you."
Yeah, which
And
I'm
it's
like,
oh
if
no,
you're-
dude. Or should I say, shoot, dude?
dude, if you're the wife or the ex-wife in that situation, you're seeing that.
Oh my God.
There is no worse. That's the worst thing. It's like, oh, you're having an affair. Oh, you're now trying to make it seem like you're innocent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the top response is the person you were having an affair with. Nuh-uh.
It's all gross.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of all in the same circle. I think I've met Jared a few times, and I've met the accused mistress several times. She's a very nice person.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about my interactions with
Well,
her.
because
Right.
apparently he was telling Heidi that he was telling Heidi that there was nothing, and then he was telling Holly that he was gonna break up with Heidi. So she was under the impression that he was going to be
Yeah.
with her. So I don't know. It's
I mean,
still
to me, like the cheating stuff. That's just kind of a personal thing, and I don't even think that people need to really be ragging on people for that. Like the thing that really bothered me was the fact that apparently he had started a Tumblr account and then later on a private Snapchat account where he would solicit nudes from fans.
That's a big
And
yikes.
he would also send pictures of himself to them.
Those are everywhere now.
I mean, there's some, unsubstantiated claims that some of the people may have been underage.
Yeah.
So I think probably around by the time this podcast comes out, there might be more evidence
Yeah, there might
related
be
to that.
more.
And it's not looking good for this guy.
That is a big yikes.
that's a big shoot, dude,
That's
for
a
me.
big old yikes.
Well, and the crazy thing is, she knew about it. She had known about it before with the Tumblr account. She said it was a very
Heidi
it
did?
was She said it was posed as a very sex positive kind of thing, and it's consenting adults. But the problem is he's in a position of power above these fans.
yeah.
They're looking up to him. You have a certain responsibility when you have this kind of power. And if you're using it to get nude photos from your fans, it's kind of f***ed up.
It's very, very messed up.
It's a bad. It's a bunch of people make that mistake too. There's so many male influencers, probably female too.
Well, and if he's manipulative towards his ex-wife, you wonder how was he also going about getting nude photos from fans? Is there an element of manipulation there as well? I don't know. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Austin Jones, who was a YouTuber that was soliciting photos from underage girls, just
Right.
got 10 years in prison. Mm-hmm. He was just sentenced 10 years. Bye-bye.
Wasn't there another YouTuber, or was it the same one who it first came out a while ago, and then because
think
there
it was
a
him.
same guy?
Yeah, because it was a couple years ago that it
with
all
the
came
clerk
down,
stuff. Okay.
and then it just
Takes
took a while.
Takes a while
Yeah.
for this to happen. And I'm sure this won't be the last time we're hearing of ProJared. Some just fantastic memes came out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pro ZD was like, man, really not a good time to have your username start with pro.
And then he was like, but the easiest way to tell us apart is that I don't cheat on my wife.
Oh my god.
Oh, my favorite response underneath his statement was some fan, I think, of his said, "I'm so sorry, ProJared, I fully support you." And then a response 20 minutes later was like, "I just read what happened. I take back what I said."
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Top 10 anime redemptions.
This whole clown meme thing that's going
Yeah.
on. This started where people bring in the clown nose and yo, he put his clown suit on when he woke up this morning.
Yeah.
This is all so new to me.
There's so many clown memes just
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
regards to the mistress and Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a frickin' disaster that we're just seeing unfold beyond right in front of our eyes.
The gall to say, "Hey, I'm putting out the statement before my wife says anything. Don't listen to rumors." The way he worded it is what kind of yeah. I'm just that was
It's so weird. I also love more memes, but a guy I follow, his name is Jared, and he's like, man, somebody was saying oh, it's not a good time to be named Jared because but also Jared from Subway.
Oh
Right.
my gosh.
Yeah.
So,
What's up with Jared?
I think the name Jared might not be a very popular baby name for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny how things like that happen. Like, I bet there's going to be several babies named Sansa. Is it Sansa or Sansa?
Oh yes, Daenerys was apparently.
Arya's probably going to have a...
Oh, so well, there's like Arya's been a kind of well named for a while because of Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, they have an Arya too?
Yeah.
Man.
At least Arya's a normal name.
Yeah, that one's.
Like Daenerys
Cersei.
is a little ridiculous.
I'm going to name my son Dragon.
Okay.
So,
All
Dragon and Night King.
I'm just gonna name my child the Hound.
Oh
Hound
my
top.
god.
But you have to have the though. The Hound.
Yeah, exactly.
This whole ProJared thing, not a fan.
It's pretty rough, and it feels like every week there's something like it.
Well, yeah, and I feel like everyone's like focusing so much on the cheating thing, and I think it's a lot of people are probably hypocrites because I think cheating happens a lot more than people think.
But I think a lot of that also is that it's very personal for everybody too.
Yeah.
So that's why people do get so heated whenever someone like, oh, this person in the public eye cheated. People have been on probably both sides of it, so they have something to say about it or they feel a lot about it.
Yeah. So. Also, we don't know what their relationship really was.
You never know. Yeah.
So
True.
why, we don't know the whole backstory. Yeah, cheating is obviously terrible, and it's even worse if you're actually married. To me, the really disgusting thing is soliciting nudes from fans. Like you're in a higher position of power, whether you're a boss like manipulating your subordinates
Right.
into doing sexual things, or if you're a celebrity manipulating your fans into sexual
sure.
things. It's so messed up.
Yeah.
It makes me sick.
Well, speaking of manipulating fans, guys, we have merch now.
Uh-oh, merch.
Whoa.
Hey, buy this merch.
I mean, if
or
you
else.
want, only if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not manipulating you, but
I'm just gonna
please buy this merch or else I'm going to be very sad.
Be so upset.
And you wouldn't want to make me very sad, would you?
I'm just gonna
hurt
take
my
a drink
feelings.
from this Smosh bottle that keeps things cold or hot.
Or hot.
Oh
I got
my gosh,
You've
it
got your
does
iced
both.
coffee in there.
For
I've
how
got
long?
my hot coffee in here.
How long does it keep things hot? Like 36 hours or something?
I have filled this one with Orbeez.
Drinking some Orbeez?
Drinking some Orbeez
Oh,
Whoa, that might feel weirdly amazing.
as you slowly die,
What a way to go,
choked on Orbeez.
Just the little things.
oh, how do you think it
rolling
would
down your
come
throat.
out? I feel like there needs to be like a Mr. Beast video where he like eats,
Mr. Beast is going to eat a bunch
Yeah,
of Orbeez.
he eats a bunch of Orbeez and then see how it comes out in the poo.
Ooh.
Do you think it would be together, or do you think it would be like?
I think they'd
digested?
they'd probably pop. Or
Ooh, do you have
whatever.
like rainbow?
That'd be cool.
It's just crazy to think about and picture in your head.
Courtney's loving this.
Someone has to do it.
I've never seen Courtney enjoy something.
I'm really
more.
glad we've moved on from the ProJared stuff to what would it be like if you crapped Orbeez? That's the topic we meant to get to on this podcast.
This is how our conversations always go.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Dude, it wasn't us. We were,
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you ever?
Did you ever did
You could do anything.
Do you so much you could do anything? God, I've been quoting that nonstop
Yeah.
lately.
what I was trying to say was the last time it was us three on the podcast was the first episode ever.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God.
Oh my god.
We're different people now.
We've grown so much since then.
I know.
Back then we were all single. Now we're all single.
God, that's crazy. That man, like, because the state of where we were still figuring things out, and it feels like now this whole ship is running really great. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really cool.
We were at the beginning of our voyage,
Yeah.
and now it's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Maybe you could just try a little confidence in what you say, Courtney.
Boy, now things are going really good. Things
And
are really good now.
It's just A-okay.
Ooh, we're having a lot of fun, right?
Stop.
boy, this is gonna be really successful, huh?
Sorry.
Guys, I'm having a weird morning. I accidentally poured creamer on my toast.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds really good though.
Wait.
No, it was awful. It was avocado toast. I had like almond vanilla creamer and my coffee next to my toast, and like it's like a weird morning. It was hard to get out of bed, I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and I poured almond creamer on my avocado toast, and I was like, just yelled, "Courtney, what are you doing?"
Was that here at the office that you did that?
Yes, this was moments ago.
So, what?
I just had to eat the toast really fast.
Oh, you ate it?
What kind of creamer?
It was just
the question.
It was almond vanilla creamer.
No.
It was awful. It was
Oh,
awful.
God, that's
But it
the
was
worst kind for
it was
toast.
It was like a silver dollar sized drop.
That's not bad. I thought you like dumped it.
No, it was just like a.
Oh, okay.
But I had to eat that part so fast, and it was awful. And then I had to like try to enjoy the rest.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than soggy
that
bread.
sounds really awful.
Yeah.
I've been crushing my mornings lately.
Yeah?
I'm just
you've been
crushing
You've
my
been
mornings.
hitting the game?
I have had a system this week, and I have just nailed it every time. Wake up, 6 a.m., go to the gym, like quickly just throw on all my stuff, hit the gym, get back from the gym, start making some coffee, grind up those beans, start boiling some water. Then I make some pour over coffee. Boom, that's done. But in the meantime, I was making a protein shake. Same time, got both of those taken care of.
Is this why you're always late?
I am 15 minutes late because the pour over coffee and the protein shake require focus.
Yeah. Well,
and
pour over is the
time.
way to go.
It's great.
If you're gonna be, a good boy about coffee, pour over is primo.
It really is a game changer.
Yeah.
I'm
It
still
really
on that
is.
Keurig life.
Yeah, you got to get off that, man. Keurig's a joke. We have a Keurig machine in our office, and recently it broke because Keurig. And recently it broke, and everyone was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Oh, well, now you guys can get some self-respect and have real coffee."
Self-respect?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It sucks.
I mean, it's just
What-
quick.
What's
It is quick.
Yeah,
But-
I
For a
don't
bachelor
know.
like myself, living alone in a studio apartment in LA, you gotta be quick.
No, you got extra time because you don't have to worry about anybody else.
It's not even. It doesn't even take that much more time.
doesn't.
And it's cheaper. And so,
Pour over.
Pour over.
Yeah.
Pour over is because
cheaper.
Keurig. I realized I was spending so much money on the K cups, and
Yeah,
the K cups
it's
are polluting stuff.
Very
It's-
bad for the environment.
Yeah, it's so much better.
And it's you have to clean them regularly or they get all clogged up and gross, and then you're drinking that gross ass.
You basically have an
Water.
aquarium attached to your coffee. Like literally at a certain point, you're like, there's fungi growing. Now there's plankton. Now there's, oh my gosh, next thing you know, there's a fully grown moray eel
Right.
in your Keurig.
Right.
And it's affecting the taste of the coffee, and it's not good.
Yeah. So we just had to throw out the Keurig here because
We got a new one,
it's
though.
broke.
And we're descaling it, right?
That's so gross.
It was. I don't even know what
word.
that means.
It means
I
they're
think-
getting out all the poison.
I think we
Scraping the
tried.
barnacles off?
I think we tried to, but it's just completely busted. So
yeah.
I think someone was trying to do like the self-fill K cups where you can like pour your own ground coffee into the K cups, and like I think they were putting too much, and so like ground coffee was just building up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it broke.
Well, or just broke because, it's a sign from God that you should treat yourself better and have real coffee.
Treat yourself, okay.
Like the cultured person that you should be.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways, it's time for our first sponsor, Keurig Coffee.
Don't think we're going to get sponsored by Keurig, and I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah. Didn't the creator of Keurig, like he created it, but then he realized the damage he was doing to the planet?
No, I believe
and-
that's the creator of the AK-47.
Okay.
Is that a real story?
47.
He said that he regretted creating the gun
Wow.
because it's a common gun that's now used everywhere
Yeah.
for all things. Sorry,
No, it's fine. That sucks.
I just had to take your fun thing and
Yeah,
turn it
you
into a
did.
sad thing. Sorry.
No, it's sad too. The guy who created Keurig became a thing, got super successful, realized he was destroying the planet, and then he like sold the company and went off to go like do things to help the environment.
Just like
I'm
Flappy
pretty sure
Bird.
that's what I heard.
Well,
Fact check me.
Well, if he was really sorry about it, maybe he'd use all the money that he made to.
I think that's what he's doing.
Okay, good. Well, good for him. But, I mean, he had to have known. He's like, if this is going to become popular, there's going to be a lot of these plastic cups just, like, going everywhere.
Maybe. I don't know.
Pour over is great. French press is great. I mean, I still use my Mr. Coffee from time to time if I'm feeling kind of lazy, and if I want, like, coffee for, like, an extended period of time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, if I'm watching something, I want to, like,
fair.
Keep my coffee hot.
That's fair. If you want to keep it hot.
Yeah, hot. Yeah, I got to get a burr grinder, though. That's like the grinder that you could choose like the coarseness setting.
Right.
This is all very important knowledge, and it's probably so boring to some people. But
I just have a routine. Like I get out of the shower, I put moisturizer on, I run, start the Keurig, and then I like go put like a little bit of makeup on, and then the coffee's done right then, and I can come back and just have the coffee ready and keep getting ready in the morning. I don't have time to stop and like grind shit up and
it's fair.
You're right.
And be like,
you're right.
I'm
Saving
so
the environment just is too much work.
Damn,
I'm a piece of shit, aren't I?
Ian, I've never seen Ian so passionate.
Look, it's fine. My car gets like 16 miles to the gallon, so
yeah.
I really can't. Yeah, I can't really talk. So yeah.
This reminds me. I've been dealing with this dilemma lately. Of I want to be a better person, and I don't know how to go about it. That sounds weird, but I mean, like, I want to, like, do good things. Like, we're talking about, like, saving the environment, whatever. I'm like, how do I do good things? Like, what's the best route? Because sometimes I'll be like, I should donate to charities, but I don't know which ones to donate to because I'll often hear stuff like, that charity, they don't use the money right or whatever, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, where do I volunteer? Like, what... If I were to go out today, what is the best thing I can do that would affect the world and the people in it best? I don't know.
I know there's websites that kind of weed out the bad charities and foundations. They'll be like, these ones are the good ones to donate to. These ones are bad. They only send this % to actually help people. So you can do that. I know we're planning some charity thing, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, we want to start doing some charity live streams just because back in the Defy days they were just kind of like, we can't make money off of it, so what's the point?
I remember
but if we give to people, how do we make money?
Yeah
or the charity.
If we give food to people who need food, then where do we get food?
I'm trying to search it because there's even like the large organizations that have done a lot of really great things like Amnesty International and UNICEF. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but there was like this whole like sex scandal that happened. Like
when I read about stuff like that,
was that Red Cross?
I don't think it was whatever it was. They were. Some of the people that were working there were hiring sex workers while they were there.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I mean, hey, they're contributing to the local economy. What's wrong with that?
Ian.
I don't know the story, so I shouldn't speak out of line. But I totally hear you guys on like it's hard to know like what is truly like the good thing and how much of that money is actually going to the thing for sure. Because like, you know, with whenever there's a big disaster, they're like, donate to the Red Cross. And then you have people that are like, don't donate to the Red Cross.
It's so insane. And I often end up not doing anything because I'm like, I don't want to donate if that's only going to hurt things, but I want to help, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult because there's so many things coming at you at once.
And I've heard like terrible things about like Susan G. Komen Foundation for breast cancer. Like
and I think Wounded Warrior had a...
Wounded Warrior.
Yeah, like stuff like that just bums me out because I'm like, what do I do?
I do little things. I regularly like donate clothes, obviously, because I shop like a madman. And then I like sometimes I'll have like 5 trash bags of stuff and just bring those to Goodwill. Like that's just helping a little bit. And
yeah, I like to do things that to me that I can see the change, you know, like whenever I'm running around my little sort of route, there's always trash on the ground. There's like trash cans kind of along the way. So I'll just kind of like run and like pick up trash as I'm going. Because I'm like, well, I mean, if I'm not doing it, then it's just going to stay there.
That's
and
sweet.
Right.
That's really sweet.
Well, and I feel like maybe in many ways the best thing to do is those small things that you see, and it's like, oh, if I pick up that trash, there's going to be less trash right there, and that's doing something. I don't know.
We're doing something nice this weekend. We're taking care of some rescued horses.
Oh yeah. We're gonna go play with some rescued horses and pet them and feed them and water them.
You say water them?
Water. I don't know. You give them water. You water them.
Yeah, water them. Just
Like a
pour
plant?
a bucket of water on the horse's head.
Yeah. But I like to do things that I can see a difference right in front of me. I looked into like Habitat for Humanity, but they like you have to be like a group. It seemed like in order to like help out. Because I like the idea of doing something like physically, like with your own hands. I've heard like soup kitchens are extremely depressing.
Volunteering at animal shelters. That's,
Yeah.
Because you get to.
I mean, a
take
lot
care-
of it is probably really depressing. I mean, helping people or animals in need is probably never going to be like, oh, super joyous and they're having a great time. It's like, no, you're helping people who are in desperate need of help. So it's not going to be.
But like one time I joined my friends. It was like my friend's real estate company was planting trees and repainting a school.
Oh,
Cool.
And that was like really cool.
Yeah,
'cause
see
it's
stuff like that,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, all right, like we're improving this place, and you see that improvement,
Right.
you know, once you're finished. And I felt really great from doing that. I was like, I want to do more of this, but just couldn't figure out like what to do exactly.
Yeah.
I've considered going to like beach cleanups, where it's like people like just get together and then they just like comb through a beach. And
Yeah.
I would love that. That I think would be, I would really.
Didn't you have a video idea like that?
Well, I was saying because hashtag trash tag has been such a thing recently, and that's so cool. Every time I see a post on Reddit about that, of just someone being like, hey, I took a trash bag and I went out and cleaned my neighborhood. I'm like, that's so cool and so inspiring. So I thought, what if we just made a video where we just went to a beach or went somewhere and just saw how many trash bags we could get full of stuff.
Yeah.
Spread the awareness.
I think maybe it's just a lack of people getting out there and like seeing nature and like seeing, you know, places that they don't really get like an appreciation for not littering.
Right.
Because I've seen people just straight chuck things out the window of their car. I'm like, what the are
Yeah.
you doing? We're all living here.
Littering just shows such a lack of empathy because it's just like, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just going to toss this out the window because it's easier for me. It sucks. Really sucks.
Not a fan.
No.
Not a fan.
Nope. Not at all. Keurigs and littering. Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here, Courtney.
Hey, okay.
No.
I want to talk about that H3 thing. The photo, the Instagram situation.
Let's save that for a little later.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
snap.
dang.
We still got
Shoot,
8 hours.
You know, we could
You got 8 hours with us today.
just do a little drama bookend, you know?
Yeah.
Some
Smart.
at the beginning,
A drama
some at the end.
sandwich.
Yeah, with litter in the middle.
I heard Courtney, your dad was robbed recently.
Oh yeah.
snap.
Oh yeah. Speaking of beaches, okay, dude, my dad, he's a surfer, and he was out. You know, like you'd put your stuff on the sand, then you go out in the ocean, whatever. Apparently, someone, and he always puts his keys and wallet in his shoes, and I think a guy went into his shoes, took his keys and his wallet. Went into his car, took everything out of his car, like so he lost his phone and his wallet. And the guy was gone. The crazy part was we were all freaking out and like the location was off. Like we couldn't locate our dad's phone and he was like at the police station filing a report. Meanwhile, whoever stole the stuff, like because we were texting and like there's a group chat that we're all on. So that, like if he may have been seeing texts and stuff like that. Like I don't know. But he called my brother, Clark, the guy who took the stuff. Called my brother. I don't know the details of like how the conversation went because my brother just like doesn't tell stories well. He straight up was like, I'll leave the phone somewhere. Like
What?
Like I have no idea because maybe he saw we were like, oh, we're filing a report, blah blah blah. But then he like would leave the location on. You can see he was going somewhere it was so creepy. Like,
So is
just
he gonna
seeing
get
this
his
play
phone?
out.
Is he gonna get his phone back?
It was late at night when we were all figuring this out, and like they kept like rechecking the location on the phone, and it was like moving and moving, and then like I guess they just decided we're like, no, we're not gonna do this, because my older brother and my younger brother were gonna go together and like try and retrieve it, just in case like something would have happened, like it was like a trap or something. I don't know. But yeah, they decided to not go after it. My dad got a new phone yesterday, but yeah, this literally happened Monday night, I think, or Tuesday, I can't remember. But
That sucks, man.
That's so weird.
so scary. Just like the idea of something like that terrifies me, that like someone was in your space doing something like really
Sucks.
bad.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it really
I've
sucks.
always been like really sketch about leaving my things on the beach and like going into the water, because I always that's always my fear. Somebody's gonna like walk by. Oh, what's that? Oh, nice, free wallet.
yeah, that sucks.
I'm
I've done
sorry
it,
that happened
and
to your dad. That's
Yeah, he's such like an easygoing, like happy guy. So it really sucks that something bad like that would inconvenience him. Like, and he's like, he's at he's surfing, he's having such a great time, and then his day is just fucking ruined.
Well, yeah, he's like a truly selfless guy because he's a firefighter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
how
living
dare
his
that guy
life,
steal
chilling.
from a firefighter?
Yeah.
It sucks. Well, he definitely probably saw, like you
His
said,
firefighter plates and
yeah,
stuff in the car.
like that sucks.
And yeah, my dad's like original firefighter ID was in his wallet. Like he kept a lot of important stuff in there. And
Sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah, it was a nice quality wallet too. It's like leather.
And your
stuff.
dad's like retiring now, right?
Yeah, this month is his last month after 35 years.
Hey yo, 35.
35 years.
Dang.
He never
Punched
stopped loving
so
it.
many fires.
And he fought all those fires with his bare hands.
Yeah, he punched the fires in the face.
Drop kicking a fire.
35 years as
Yeah.
a firefighter is pretty damn good.
still
Really
loves
impressive.
it. He actually got to train my older brother to be on air ops before he's
Cool.
gone. Like they had like a couple calls together and stuff. Like
That's
that's
so
so
cool.
crazy.
So
Like
he's-
working with your son like that.
So your little brother's gonna be in helicopters too?
No, Casey, my older brother, is in the
Oh,
helicopters.
older brother. Oh, right on.
Yeah, he's on air ops now. And then I don't know what my younger brothers are doing. Our family is definitely like a lot of them do like government type jobs. Like we have 2 firefighters. My youngest brother wants to be like on the Coast Guard or something. Clark wanted to be like a highway patrolman. He has to retake the test and stuff like that.
It used to be that like the California Highway Patrol, you had to be over 6 feet tall or something. Yeah,
Weird.
they used to have
Over
like
6
a
feet.
rule that you had to be like this towering human.
Weird. That's
God.
really weird.
Highway patrolman and Tinder, get out of here.
Must be over 6 feet.
Under 6 feet, get out of here.
And then my sister was in the Navy too, so there was like a lot of that. And then my oldest sister is married to a guy who was an officer in the Army.
So basically, you're just a failure. In your
Oh
family.
yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
You went to the internet.
YouTube.
I relate. I mean, my grandpa was an Air Force pilot. My dad was an Air Force pilot, and then I'm a YouTube sketch comedian.
Woohoo!
And your dad was like in like the Top Gun like.
Yeah,
program,
they would. Well, it's a like contest I think that they would have. Like it's dogfights where you're not actually, you're just against comrades. But he kept winning, so he kept getting Top Gun, and they eventually changed it so it was 2 P's because my last name
Aw,
is Top.
that's so cute.
Very
Top
hilarious.
Gun.
Yeah, around that time in the 80s, it must have been nuts because he was an Air Force pilot and Top Gun came out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think they were both lieutenant colonels.
That's badass.
It was pretty cool.
Dude.
Pretty cool.
Shoot, dude.
Yeah.
And here you are,
And here I am.
just talking about poop. on
Yep,
a
talking about
Orbeez and
Keurig. Yeah, that's right.
Well, life takes you in weird places.
Yeah.
Did you ever even want to be a pilot?
Not necessarily. And I think maybe that was because by the time I was old enough to like really process stuff, my dad was so far up that he was more of like, he wasn't as much of a pilot at that point. He was like a squadron commander and dealing more with the bureaucracy of the military, and that stuff just wasn't for him. So he wasn't like stoked about it. He wasn't like, you're going to grow up, and he was never urging it in me.
Because like you age out of being a pilot pretty quickly, right? Like you have to
I don't
be in, like,
know.
top form.
I don't necessarily know. I mean, he was still flying jets towards the end. Like they're always doing it, but you know, never was no action or whatever. Thank God. I'm glad he didn't. You know, but yeah, it wasn't something he was like, you're gonna grow up and do this, or I would love it if you did this. So it was never.
He was super supportive of you wanting to be an actor.
Oh yeah, my
Both your
parents loved this.
That's so cool.
They thought it was so cool.
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, no, it worked out well.
Yeah,
So.
my dad was super supportive of me being a YouTuber. Like, I mean, I was around him much more than my mom, but I think my mom was like kind of unsure about it. I don't think she really saw that like as like a thing that I could pursue at all. But my dad, he like was buying me equipment and like he definitely was like he enjoyed the content I made and stuff, even though it was freaking weird, as you guys recently saw.
I mean, your mom is more of a fan of like traditional roles.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really had that conversation of like what she thought I was going to grow up to be. Mm-hmm. I mean, because she says like I've always been like really like different. Like apparently I was like a really serious child and like alone, like just a loner and very independent and just like serious.
Just very brooding.
Just yeah.
Well, my daughter's gonna be Batman.
Yeah.
Uh,
So what went wrong?
I mean, like my parents didn't
Like-
die. and
Yeah,
I
why aren't you
wasn't
still
afraid of bats.
unhappy? Why are you all happy now? Ugh.
I don't know. I mean, because my mom, she has a cool job. She's like a web designer. She's like a crazy good at Photoshop, and like she's a successful like freelance website designer. So
That's
I don't
awesome.
know. She like is self-taught too. Like, so she's all for being a working woman. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think, and she had us watch a lot of Disney movies. So like growing up, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a mom and a wife, and I'm gonna find my soulmate. Like that was definitely like what was instilled in me from a lot of things, whether it was mom, church, whatever.
Yeah. And when did that change?
I didn't stop feeling like I think literally up until last year, I like was like, or maybe toward the end of my last relationship, I was realizing like, maybe right before the relationship started too, was when I started realizing like, I'm a working woman and like, I don't need a partner.
Man.
I don't need no man. I mean, because
Or woman.
or woman, you know? And yeah, at that point, it was definitely, I don't need no man. I was definitely still like all about the boys at that point. Yeah, I don't know. Even because in middle school and high school, I was obsessed with having a boyfriend and being able to date, like, and keep one. Because, like, I think parents divorce and stuff. I was like, yeah, staying in a relationship is good. And that's what it's all about, is being a girlfriend. Like, I was so eager to change my Facebook relationship status to in a relationship from single.
Weren't we all?
When I had a day where I suddenly realized that, like, I found like I don't need validation from being someone's partner, like, or being a girlfriend or a wife or whatever. I've found the validation here, like from the fans and like making an impact. Like I have a purpose that's outside of being the traditional stay-at-home mom, you know? I don't know.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. I was actually out with my sister last night and I was telling her about that. She like took my hand and she was like, I'm really proud of you. And
That's
great.
yeah.
That's
Because
really
it's
great.
not what it's all about, you know?
The sister that that you're gonna hook me up with on a date.
Wow.
We've been we've been
It's a
we've been bothering
joke.
Courtney.
It's a joke.
It's a
Sure.
joke.
Sure it is.
Dude. Let me tell it at
Okay,
least.
yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so we're all single, la-di-da. But Ian's been like, can I say slang and dong? No, but
not
you haven't.
slanging dong.
You're not.
No dong
You're
has
not
been
slanging
slang.
dong.
Ian has not slang a single dong.
How dare
guys?
How dare you appropriate my word and then use it
Falsely.
How dare you claim I
sorry.
slang dong?
Well, he's been dating. He's been in the dating pool and you know, going on dates.
I've been following leads, but I haven't really been.
Oh my god.
I haven't been
Is this how you pursue women?
successfully dating.
A suspect.
I guess. I'm like that's. I think that's
Suspect.
Aha.
I'd like to take you out to dinner for questioning.
I'd like some evidence that we might be compatible.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it's been.
Well, anyway, that's what he's been following leads of suspecting women.
Mm-hmm.
And we were having a conversation the other day of like, oh, who can we set him up with? Da, da, da. And I made a joke that my older sister was she's newly single, but they would not work.
Why?
It's weird for me.
But it's not about you, Courtney. It's about my happiness and your sister's happiness.
That's right, Courtney.
Dude.
Oh my God, this is so awkward.
Look,
I don't know what to say.
Look, your sister and I are the same age, roughly. We both live near each other, so that's great for LA.
Dude.
Boy, you live close to each other? Well, I guess it's a match made in heaven.
That is a lead. We have a lead.
In LA, if you live close to somebody, that's half of the relationship.
Yeah. Oh man, I've definitely ended. I ended a thing once because it was just too far away.
Oh
You're
my
like,
God.
you're in Santa Monica.
We were. It was literally like we were a solid like 20 miles away, and like in any other state that'd be fine. But it got to a point where I was like, this is crushing me. Like my back hurts from driving so much.
You get to their house and you just fall asleep on their bed.
I'm just like, I'm exhausted every time we hang out. Like I can't do this. And also like, it just wasn't, there was more reasons obviously, but it wasn't.
But it's mostly the distance.
If she had lived closer, I would have been like, I'll give this more of a shot.
I mean, the weird thing is 20 miles, if you're coming from Los Angeles, that's a long distance relationship.
Yeah, essentially is because it's over an hour to like
Yeah.
get to each other. That's awful.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna have you
God.
date an older version of myself. Sorry, dude.
But she's not like I've met her before. She's not like you.
No, we're very different. But I feel like she's, I don't know. You guys
Oh,
are not.
whoa, hold on. Does she have a Keurig?
Does she have a Keurig? Does she drink coffee?
I don't think she has a Keurig.
Oh no,
But
she's nothing
That's
like
another
you, Courtney.
lead, Ian.
She's
That's another
nothing
lead.
like you.
What do you guys think at home?
What?
Should Courtney set it up?
No. I talked to Carrie about it. And she's like, no.
But is she just saying that for your sake, or
Yeah.
You know,
did she say you?
No, she didn't say ew.
Oh.
Carrie, I'm so sorry.
Does she listen to this?
Maybe sometimes if I'm on it.
My family only listens if I'm not on it.
Does your dad listen to this podcast?
Or he watches it.
Do you think he would approve?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, before
don't
you even start
know.
dating, can you get your father's blessing for Ian?
Yeah,
Yes,
you know
now.
what? If you
Get it out of the
you wanna,
way.
sure, Ian, go for it. Shoot your shot.
Okay.
I dare you.
Mr.
No, in person. You don't do
No, I'm
invite.
addressing him on the podcast.
Sorry, Dad.
Mr. Miller,
Say your condolences for the robbery.
my condolences for the robbery. May I have your daughter's hand in marriage?
Oh my
I just need
God!
to cut straight to the point. I'm done
That's
waiting.
smart.
I'm ready.
Smart.
I'm ready to commit.
Kicking it old school.
Oh my God!
Dang.
Could you imagine what I just like?
All I can think about right now is the wonderful Thanksgiving dinner we would all
that's what I was
have.
gonna say.
I'd come to your house and we'd all just have a lovely dinner together. We'd share stories, talk about the time your sister and I went to Cozumel. Had some pina coladas by the beach.
Guys,
Wow. Go on.
That's it. We only took one trip.
Oh yeah, this is early on.
Yeah, because
This is only what 7 months in.
Well, we're talking about this Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this thing.
So we're only like a few months into
Yeah,
the
only a few months in.
relationship.
So
Yeah.
one trip to Cozumel at that point
Yes.
is fair.
Yeah, it's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What if
Paris next year.
Yeah, that's probably where I'll propose.
Yeah, you would propose there.
Right at the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you already got my dad's blessing, apparently.
Yeah. It's great. Wow. It's been awesome. Love this. This is really sweet.
I just don't know what to say. What if Carrie came on the podcast?
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Okay. Well, that's fine because next week I'm having Pam on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wow. That's boy.
Uh-huh.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think so we're also having Pam on. So originally I was going to have Pam on for Two Truths, One Lie. And we're
On
still going
Smosh Pit.
to
You're doing that, yeah.
And we're still going to do that. But then we were in a meeting. We were in like a pitch meeting. All of us were around a table just kind of pitching ideas for videos. And Pam sent me a text message and she's like, hey, I was talking to Mari, and Mari is good friends with both Pam and myself. And she's like, I was talking to Mari, and she thinks that I should come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, and like in the room, I was like, oh. And everyone was like, what? I was like, Pam thinks that she should come on the podcast.
And we were all like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we started
Absolutely.
clapping. Dude, it's
It'll be
gonna
great.
awesome.
What's funny is like all of us who see you every day, I'm just as eager to listen to it because you're not someone who talks too much about like you don't divulge personal information that often. So
Right.
I'm eager to listen to like your guys' story just as much as I'm sure people
Right.
at home are.
Yeah, I mean, I think to me, and for her, it's the same reason. Like, I think it's important to show a healthy breakup,
Yeah.
and that it is possible to be friends
Yeah.
with your ex.
And not every breakup is a pro-Jared situation.
Oh my god!
Because you guys definitely are friends. Because I've seen her several times since, and it's
right.
It's weird because it doesn't feel any different in many ways because you guys the friendship is still there. So
Yeah, I mean, like it's gonna be different,
Of course.
But it to me it always just seems strange that and I'll obviously get more into it in the next podcast with her, but it's to me it's strange when like why is it that like you could be the closest you could possibly be to somebody and then you could share everything with this person
Yeah.
and then the moment you break up you're like enemies.
Yeah.
And you can't talk to them whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you go from like 100 to 0
Yeah.
that quickly? And I mean, I can't imagine that every breakup is that way.
No, I think all breakups are different.
Yeah, but I've always had. I mean, my two real serious relationships have both ended amicably because I think we were always just friends first.
I'm looking forward to it.
It should be interesting, but that'll be next week. So
It's
guys,
gonna be
make
you.
sure it's going to be Pam, myself, and Mari. So because Mari has a good insight into both of our lives.
Right.
She can be a good mediator if things get hot.
Yeah.
Heated, I mean.
I feel like
not
she'll ask
hot, 'cause
good
they
but
broke
fair.
up.
Yeah.
It's not gonna get hot and heavy. Sorry.
No, that'll be when the podcast with your sister comes on.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything.
You
just
walked
gonna-
right into it.
I'm just gonna
Courtney.
stare her dead in the eyes the whole time. Just be like, "This is meant to be."
You're just gonna whisper though. Hey, Gary.
I'm so sorry. How you doing, Gary?
It's crazy that you're
the
here.
best moment of my life. So we on Wednesday, which would be last Wednesday. Now that you're listening to this, we all saw a screening of Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Dude.
No spoilers. This
Yeah,
is no
there's not gonna be
spoilers.
spoilers,
This is a
don't
no
worry.
spoiler
No
episode.
spoilers.
Spoiler free.
Uh-oh, but I guarantee there's Pokemon in it. Uh-oh, spoiler.
Uh-oh,
How
Pikachu.
Pokemon
Pikachu.
are in the movie.
It's really it's very enjoyable. I loved the animation.
My big takeaway was if I was 10 years old, it would have been my favorite movie, maybe of all time, but definitely of this year. It's definitely great. Like I would say it's better, but it's comparable to like a Spy Kids, right? Like
Just
in
awesome.
plot, like just in design and execution. I feel like just because it's definitely like just fun. It's not some crazy detailed plot. It's just it is what it is.
They made the Pokemon look so cool.
I mean, it is a crazy detailed plot.
I guess
that
so.
Is full of holes.
Yeah, but once again, like I said, I'm kind of fine with that if I consider like it's made for younger audiences.
Is it though?
I don't know. Okay, that's fair. It has a couple lines where I'm like, wow, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause
a lot of kids' movies have a couple of those for the parents.
True, like Shrek.
Sorry.
I feel like they're expecting a lot of millennials to show up to the theater to watch
for sure, because Pokemon, everyone loves it.
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
I thought Jaden Smith was
Justice
Smith.
I thought Justice Smith was a little rough.
The acting was, I don't like to crap on acting, but the acting at times I would describe was Disney Channel original movie type acting.
That's a great.
But a lot of that's also writing and I can't just blame the actors for that, because a lot of times writing and directing
Totally
will
agree.
affect that.
Totally agree.
It all connects to each other.
It's like that with Twilight. Everyone shat on Kristen Stewart,
But she's a great
and
actress.
I'm like, look, it's not always the acting. Like
Right.
it's also the writing. Like a lot of times they have to say whatever's on the page, and if it's not good, like an actor can only do so much with what they're given.
And directing too, because sometimes a take or a shot will go on too long or be cut too short, and then the timing of their line is weird, and there's a lot. I mean,
Directing too, absolutely. Because I've seen low budget stuff where I'm like, I think this dramatic scene would be good if it was
shot different.
If it was shot well.
Yeah.
But because it's low budget and the lighting's bad and the camera work is sloppy, like it just looks cheap.
Right.
So it cheapens the acting. I don't know. So I don't want to complain. I'm not saying he was the worst actor ever, but like the beginning was like kind of rough. Like,
and in his defense, also he was playing off of things that weren't there pretty much most of the time, because he's communicating and having scenes with a Pokemon that is not. I don't know what they did in place of the Pikachu, but so he is having a scene with air. Essentially,
yeah. I mean, his interactions with Pikachu wasn't my problem.
I will say I think the movie was great on the fact alone that the designs of the Pokemon are so impressive.
They actually worked. I was never bothered by any of the looks of the Pokemon. Pikachu was damn adorable.
So cute.
Yeah.
Dude, I like every time like the sad face Pikachu
Gets me.
like there was a part where I got a little watery in the eyes.
Oh no.
Cuz like Pikachu looked so sad in one part when he got wet and his fur was all matted. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that
Spoiler,
looks...
Pikachu gets wet.
Sorry. Dang.
Just the cojones on them to be like, what Pokemon are we going to feature in this movie? Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
Lickitung. Like some of the Pokemon they were throwing out there, I was like, those are the hardest ones. Even Greninja is such a like weird looking Pokemon, and they nailed it every time. There wasn't a single Pokemon that I was like, that one looks
I have
weird.
to say, Jinx was a little offensive.
That's the one I wanted, but they'll never do Jinx. Too much.
The fight scenes looked so sick.
There was a lot that's really cool. And the Pokemon were using very specific moves that are in the games. Like the fact that Greninja uses, this is kind of a spoiler, but uses Water Shuriken. Like, it's very cool. Like, those are very specific moves. It was very awesome.
Olivia said she cried like 5 times during the movie. Her boyfriend Sam loved the movie.
That's great.
He loved it, and then like I came out and I was like, look, all the parts of Pikachu were adorable. I loved all those parts, and he's like, and I started like kind of telling him my gripes, and he's like, oh man, you're making me like it less.
Aww.
But I'm not trying to dissuade anyone from seeing it.
No, you still should.
I just
see
had.
I wanted.
There's a huge plot hole.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of plot
just
holes.
a big old gaping plot hole.
it. Sarah Whittle was sitting in between us,
Yeah.
and she was like just constantly like. I mean, her reactions like kind of made my whole experience because she was constantly going, oh, like no matter what was going on, it was just like the Pokemon looked so cute.
Yeah.
I think it was Sarah Whittle and I that were talking afterwards. Like, I just wanted it to be one big catwalk where it's just all the Pokemon walking across the screen, and I would watch that for days just because the Pokemon looked so great.
And because I'm just a filthy Gen 1er, which means Generation 1 Pokemon.
The original
fan.
151. Yeah.
Because I'm a Gen 1er, so I was hoping to see some characters appear. I'm not going to say who.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see some characters appear, and they didn't, and I was like, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Saving them for maybe future movies.
Maybe.
I have played every single generation of Pokemon, so I was excited to see older generations and new generations of Pokemon displayed in the film.
But they did a pretty faithful job, like in the way of like representing Pokemon. So good on the people that made it. I just wish the writing was just a little bit more solid.
I hope it makes a ton of money so they make more movies
Sure.
with these Pokemon in them, because I just want to see more Pokemon.
Did you guys see the troll thing that they did on YouTube?
Yes, it's great.
So brilliant.
Genius marketing.
Where they said that it was like Detective Pikachu full movie, and
Yeah.
it starts with
YouTube.
like the intro, and you're like,
literally
oh my
the
God.
first 2 minutes of the movie or something.
Oh really?
It starts
or
at, yeah.
a beginning of a scene. Like it shows
Yeah.
Justice Smith a little bit. Olivia sent me it, and I was like, "What? The whole movie? Okay." And
Yeah.
I first I didn't watch it, but I was like, "Wait, is this?"
I just skipped forward. I was like,
you
this can't be. This has to be a troll. Yep.
And then it's
So
Pikachu
funny.
doing the 1989
It had so many views.
aerobics Olympic or championship or something. It's great. It's so great. And
His
so
belly
cute.
bouncing around.
Little belly.
Yeah.
Little feet. His little feet dancing around. Little twisty. Oh my God.
I guess Ryan Reynolds said that he wanted to use a rough Brooklyn accent at first for Detective Pikachu, and I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, that would have.
I still am of the camp. I love Ryan Reynolds, but I'm of the camp. Danny DeVito as Pikachu would have been
Would have been pretty adorable.
pretty great.
Come on, we gotta find Deandra.
Oh my gosh.
We had a slight invasion in the office
What?
yesterday.
What?
What?
The invasion of the Crocs.
Oh, yeah. And boy, I was leading the charge. How'd I forget?
Oh my god.
We filmed the video for Smosh Games where it involves putting your feet into Crocs that might have terrible things.
Yeah,
inside.
because that meme, they're not even a meme,
Well-
just that video that went out.
But we ideated that before the meme even happened.
True.
So
No.
it kind of blows that now that happened.
Oh, we
Yeah.
took it to another level, though. Well,
Yeah.
Courtney took it to another level.
On an accident.
I'm not, going to tell you what happens. I will tell you that
Things got everywhere.
guacamole ended up on the ceiling, I think.
yeah. I saw the video. It's
It's insane.
pretty gnarly. That'll be coming out later.
Yeah.
Don't know when.
Sometime. Tune
Sometime.
Yeah, we manifested that idea into existence, and then someone did it first. But
Yeah.
we definitely had that idea for a while. I mean, I, a long time ago, thought of the idea of the guacamole games that I wanted us to film for Smosh Pit, where we team up and who can make the best guacamole. Because I make a mean guacamole.
I know this.
But then the loser has to put their feet in shoes with guacamole in them.
Yeah.
That was my idea. But we didn't do it, but we instead are doing.
You know, maybe because my issue with that is that the fans can't taste the guacamole
Yeah, they
through
don't
the
know.
screen. So maybe what we should do is that should be our tour. We should do a
Nice.
tour where we have guacamole competitions. We go from city to city making the most bombest guacamole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'd have to do some food prep because, I don't know, I take a long time when I make my
Wow,
guacamole.
okay.
Takes
Guac
a
diva.
Well, see, that's part of the process is being able to make it quick. But we had a box of Crocs.
Yes, so we had to buy many Crocs for this video. One of which was a Cars
Yeah.
Crocs.
Lightning
It was Lightning
McQueen.
McQueen, and it
Yeah.
lights up, and it's
Kid
the
size,
worst.
but Matt Robb was wearing them around, so his feet were half out of them.
Yeah. Now there are Crocs all over the office, and I had never worn Crocs before because they look like an abomination. But I can report they are comfy.
I have made fun of Crocs for over 10 years.
They feel kind of
I
nice.
have made fun of Crocs, and I've made fun of people who wear Crocs.
Yeah.
I saw this box, and they were like, "Oh, you want to try a pair?" I was like, "I'll throw some on as a joke really quick."
Yep.
Put them on my feet. I take 2 steps, and I go, "Oh, son of a bitch." And I was like, I am hooked.
I had the same reaction. It's the bumps. It's the
It's
little
the little bumps. And it's also that it's not too cushiony. It's like it's actually just firm enough.
Yeah.
It's great. It's just the perfect balance
Yeah.
in a shoe.
I mean, I love my my Adidas with the boost soles because they're soft.
Crocs are Taoism made into a wearable,
Explain.
because Taoism is all about balance, right? Equal parts darkness, light. And boy, Crocs really embody that because, it's like I said, it's not too cushiony. It's not too firm. Yes, they're embarrassing, but also maybe you need that. Maybe you need to take yourself not too seriously, but you can get serious work done while you're wearing them.
Right.
My only experience in Crocs was filled with guacamole.
Oh, you should try it.
So
non-guacked.
But I guess Post Malone's doing something right. He has his own Croc line.
Good.
Right? Didn't he? He had
I know he had some
collaboration.
he had some blinged out Crocs.
See, I don't like the blinged out Crocs. I like a simple Croc.
I also don't want because they put pins on them. Those pins are poking at your feet, aren't they?
That's what I would think.
You don't want to. That disturbs the balance of the Croc.
Yeah, that's not Dow enough.
No, it's not Dow
I'm
enough.
not down with that.
I'm more into clogs, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I now have
Nature's
a pair.
Croc.
I now have a pair of work Crocs sitting next to my desk.
You've got the blue ones, right?
Yeah, I got the blue ones, so I can slip into them whenever I feel like
That's
I need
great.
a little Croc time. Because sometimes my shoes.
Croc time.
Yeah, sometimes these Adidas sometimes they're a little tight on my feet, like the knit top.
Yeah,
they're a little snug. So let my puppies breathe every once in a while.
I also wouldn't wear Crocs outside because I don't like when the bottoms of the Crocs get all dirty. I don't know why it messes with me.
Well, I also just don't want to look like a fool.
Right.
You used to be the guy because you like taking your shoes off.
You do you don't take your shoes off as much anymore.
I remember when I first realized that when you were to get comfortable in the Smosh room at the old office, you'd take your shoes off.
If Ian was sitting down, his shoes were coming off.
Yeah.
I think it had more to do with the shoes that I was wearing at the time. My feet would get sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take my shoes off to air out my feet because otherwise, you don't want soggy, sweaty feet.
He would wear oven mitts as shoes back then.
Yeah, it was a terrible choice, but they look great.
They did.
But now I wear a lot of knit top kind of shoes, so they
Right.
breathe a little bit better, so my feet don't get sweaty. This is a good conversation.
This is awesome.
Talking about feet sweat.
So now you have Crocs instead.
Yeah.
They can air them out, but still keep them protected.
I think most of them got too dirty though, right?
Yeah, the ones that I got had shaving cream in them, so they
That's not
pretty
too
easy.
bad.
Yeah,
That's
they
not too
cleaned off
bad.
easy.
Some of the others though are probably
The
not
cheese
doing so
was
hot.
really hard to get off because the water gets cold. The water was cold when we were power washing them, and the cheese. It's like when cheese melts, it's different. But when it gets hit with that cold, it's stubborn. I bet.
Yeah, you might have to let them sit out and let it become yogurt.
Was it what kind of cheese? What kind of cheese are we talking? Oh, Cheese Whiz.
Oh, it's
This is
never
a
nice.
Spoiler, but
Yeah, spoiler alert. There's cheese coming up on Smosh Games.
So I guess now would be a good time to talk about the H3H3 video.
and it's gonna be kind of old news, but
Yeah, it's probably about a week old at this point.
But I feel like it's an ongoing topic on the
True.
internet. I mean, this isn't an issue that's going to be going away anytime soon.
yeah.
Yeah. So he made a video just sort of highlighting the fact that people edit their photos extensively on Instagram to try to create this sort of image of themselves, this beautiful image of themselves that isn't real. So he was showing people that did it to extreme extents. And one of those people was Trisha Paytas, who she's on YouTube.
She's been around.
She makes videos.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of her content.
She's not a fan of ours either.
Well, she kind of comes after people for
Yeah.
no reason
Well,
sometimes.
yeah, it kind of. I mean, her sort of brand is whenever there's some sort of drama that she can hook onto, she kind of does it, and that's
Yeah.
kind of how she keeps things going. It seems. Anyway, so she very heavily edits her Instagram photos. Ethan was highlighting that in the video. And he was pretty harsh, but I mean the thing is Ethan also goes hard on himself.
Right.
He's like, "Look at me. I'm like a sack of shit."
Yeah.
So I get it. He said a couple things that I was kind of he was referring to Tana Mojo as a Twinkie. She looks like a
my
Twinkie
God.
because she's another person that heavily edits her photos.
Right.
And when you have a photo that's taken by somebody else and you weren't prepared for it, you're not going to necessarily look your best, and
Yeah.
it's not the angle that you normally shoot. So yeah, you might look a little bit like a potato.
Yeah, it sucks that he went really hard on him. But yeah, like you said, he goes hard on himself as well. Like on his podcast, he's pretty savage. Like,
I was thinking about that though, and what is, because when I first heard about it, I was like, oh yeah, he didn't do anything wrong because he makes fun of himself the same. But he's in a position where his career isn't compromised by not looking great in photos. Whereas probably like a Trisha Paytas is probably thinking if she only posted photos where she wasn't editing them or didn't look good, she would probably start losing followers and wouldn't be able to maintain.
Well, how sustainable is that though? If you're creating this image of yourself that isn't real, how long can you sustain that fake image of yourself rather than just, I mean, the point of being on the internet is that you're able to be yourself and that you're able to find an audience that can accept you for the person that you are. You know, there's something for everybody online, and she has a certain brand that, I mean, I think people would be into it if she was just herself, and she is herself on some things.
But you can't Photoshop a video, like
right.
I mean, not with everyday YouTuber equipment at least.
Right.
But I mean, I will say on Instagram and stuff, you post a photo where you look really good, you're gonna get more likes, and you see that, and it's hard to be like, well, I don't care about getting more likes and more. And what it equates to in this realm is more success and probably bigger brand deals, whatever for them.
Maybe.
So it's to literally to have the strength to be like, I'm going to walk away from success. I know if I Facetuned myself in this photo, it would be more successful.
Yeah.
To turn away from that is really tough. It's asking a lot of people. And I mean, it's definitely a bigger deal for women on Instagram than it is for guys. I mean, it is.
Exactly. I was going to say, like, I'm sure there's guys who use Facetune. Like I know guys who it's like, I mean, I've used Photoshop for a very long time. Like yes, I am a user of Facetune, and I'll explain like my reasoning about that in a second. But like guys, there's a lot less pressure of like looking good. First of all, guys, I mean, if they want to, they can wear makeup, but guys wake up in the morning, they're like, this is what I look like, and they show up and like, well, guys, it's like, damn, you look really good, and you don't even have makeup on, and that pisses me off because I feel like I need makeup, like especially when I'm taking photos or I'm in videos. Like I don't think I've ever come to work without makeup on because I never know when there's going to be a picture or a video. And when I take pictures, yes, occasionally I do use Facetune, and I think there's certain things you're allowed to Facetune out. Obviously, I mean, like, go off, queen. Like if you want to make your waist look way unrealistically small, go ahead. But I feel like things like acne, like for me, I always try and like Photoshop that stuff out because that's just like, acne's not who you are, for one thing. It's like that's a temporary thing, and when you Photoshop your acne out, it's like that you could look like that, when you're not breaking out, when you're having a good week and your skin's deciding to cooperate. But yeah, it's like definitely women have an unrealistic standard that's always been a thing, and now that it's like so easy to achieve that just at the touch of your finger, like how can you not? Like it's like a drug in a way. I follow this account called Celeb Faces that exposes the biggest celebrities who have, like Kim Kardashian, incredible body. My mouth just went dry. It's very nice. But she still uses it.
Yeah.
She makes her waist smaller.
But I think if your whole brand on Instagram is looking good, then you're competing with a billion other people on Instagram. If it's just about, I need to look as good as possible, how are you going to win?
Yeah.
Like you're simply just going up against models that have nothing else to offer. So to me, it's like, obviously you're super talented. You know, you could use Instagram to either just post photos of, you know, just model-esque photos of yourself, and I know you don't do that. You're not providing anything different. It's just going to be like everybody else. So is that really sustainable? Is that a long-term goal?
Well, I guess the dark side of it is it makes people, you know, the average a younger person, boy or girl, is looking at that going, oh, maybe they don't understand that that's not real. So we now have this fantasy on social media of like, this is what a person can look like. And it's like, no, nobody looks like that. But we've now made it a supposed reality. So people are going, oh, if I don't look like that, I'm unattractive. So I need to Facetune myself to look like that too. So we're essentially putting out myths onto the internet. And we do it in so many other ways too, because we kind of Facetune our lives on social media as well. It's always
Completely.
we're always posting ourselves doing something exciting, whatever. It's like, no, I'm at home watching Netflix, but I'm posting a picture of me with a bunch of friends doing stuff.
Yeah.
So we Facetune our looks, but we Facetune everything on the internet.
I think, but I think the more you try to project a perfect image, the greater the fall is going to be when that image gets shattered. So I think the more you are honest with yourself and your life up front, you're setting up a better future for yourself.
Yeah.
Rather than sort of perpetuating a lie for a long time and then letting it all crash at some point when you screw up. I'm not saying that people shouldn't use Facetune, and I totally agree with like, acne, skin,
Teeth.
Yeah, there's good days when you have like good skin, and then you'll have bad days, and like you said, that's not you.
Yeah.
It's just a little weird when people go into heavy Photoshop, making their legs longer and skinnier, and
yeah, that's a lot.
Well, there's going to be extremes, and
or my favorite is photoshopping the ab crease.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
guys do it a lot too with muscles and everything.
And that's the thing. I've used Photoshop for a long time. My mom was really good at it, and she was self-taught, and I self-taught myself. Just even there's some photos where like those emo photos that I showed you guys where I'm wearing a blue shirt. And the headphones, I'm pretty sure I was so insecure in middle school that I made my nose a little smaller and I made myself have boobs. And it's also just fun. I'm an artist, I draw and whatever, so it's cool being able to create this image that you have full control over. But I can tell on photos when they're using Photoshop. People think they're really clever and slick, but I'm oh, I know exactly what tool you used here. I know and I'm sure other avid users can tell those things too.
Oh, for sure.
But that's the trippy thing, right? You're looking at all these photos knowing people are Facetuning as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know that we all are imperfect, but we still are well, I need to make myself look perfect in these photos.
I had an ex that photoshopped my nose to be smaller and was see, look how it's better. And I was like, what the don't do that.
So sad.
That's how you give someone a complex.
I think what I hate is that in this industry, we've all been dealing with this for so long. I mean, I started acting when I was 12, and at that point already, I had agents and people telling me how I needed to look, what I needed to do, just whether or not I'd be able to book something on if I was attractive enough. Which, when you're 15, is nuts.
Yeah.
It's oh yeah, you're not good looking enough to go out for that role, and it's just oh, all right.
And acne makes it really hard.
Yeah.
I feel like
I can't defend it. I took Accutane when I was a teenager, which is this very intense drug that dries out your skin for months. And I went to those extremes just to get rid of it. When acne is not life-threatening, it's not going to actually. It's just purely aesthetic. I did, and I don't think if I wasn't an actor, I don't know if I'd have done it. But what I think I hate is now seeing that aspect of the entertainment industry is now spreading to everybody in the world. Every single person now has a public persona that they have to perfect, and they know that how they look equates to their success as a human, or they think that. And it's awful. It's just so destructive.
It equates to more likes, but
our likes are kind of our rating now.
Well, I heard from somebody, and maybe this isn't true, but I heard that Instagram was maybe going to
get rid of the like counter.
Yeah, they're going to test getting rid of the like counter. Can you imagine
I don't think they can do that.
Can you imagine if people started posting things they actually wanted to post on Instagram? Because I've seen a million ass shots on Instagram.
But did you like them though?
No. No, I'm not going to like an ass shot. That's creepy.
No, I know.
To me, it's when I see a really sexy photo, why would I like that? I feel like a creeper.
Yeah. I feed those people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I mean, like you
You're
said,
the problem.
I a little bit am. Well, first of all, yeah, I'm the problem. I use Facetune. I don't edit my body. I mean, cuz I post the bikini photos and stuff like that. Back when I was super insecure about my body, cuz I love the gym, but
hey, Court, you put in the work, all right?
Thank you. That's why I post the bikini photos and stuff because of the likes, and it definitely I don't know. I have like 10 million thoughts I want to express right now. One of them is like, I feel like it's harder to be a female comedian unless you're also attractive, or unless it's your entire shtick of being like a certain type with a certain, like we're breaking those barriers now like more than ever. But like I feel like it's harder to just be a funny girl. Like for me, I feel like sometimes I post photos that like I know that the people will like because I look a certain way, and like there's definitely like a group of people on Reddit who are like, oh hell yeah, bikini season's coming with Courtney, like she's gonna be posting those swimsuit photos soon, summer's coming. Like,
I think it would be harder to be a female comedian if you're attractive.
That's true. That is true.
I feel like it's probably harder to just be a female comedian either way.
Sure.
Yeah.
But going back, I don't think you're saying you're the problem isn't true, because I think the problem is more this whole thing that we're playing into of everyone knows it's that we're faking it, but yet we all feel we have to. I feel like it goes deeper than that. Nobody is individually at fault for this big, just kind of like, it's almost like a glitch in human collective thinking. I don't know. We all know what we're doing, and yet we're all still doing it. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks that we have to all lie about. We're getting to a point where we just are lying about being humans.
Yeah.
Like we're all pretending that we're not human anymore.
Hopefully there will be this point on Instagram, but I mean, Instagram is just a very visual medium, and it's still just like still photos. So what, I guess beauty is always going to sort of take precedent on there. But I feel like we're going to reach a point when like people are just tired of hot lady. Well, I guess that's not true, because like that's been a theme throughout time. Yeah. But I feel like, God, I would hope that creativity would start to be more valued on Instagram.
And just posting what you enjoy, and then because I mean what you said about having an audience, finding your audience. Also, like one thing I learned from Vine, because that was the first time that I'd ever seen like thirsty young teenage female fans who are like, oh my God, daddy, yes, choke me, daddy, like in the comments. And it's like, I know, but it was like, it didn't matter who the boy was. You can be seen by, you can be seen as attractive or cute by anyone on the internet. Like it doesn't, like you will always find your audience.
Well, that's also a trippy thing. Like, you know, I mean, when you get in this industry, you know, when you're posting something on Instagram that a lot of people are saying that. They're saying they find you attractive, and yet that insecurity never goes away.
Yeah. Right.
You can have 1 million people tell you you're attractive, and it actually sometimes makes it worse, because you're going, oh crap, now I have to keep up the ruse. Yeah. I have to, if I am not attractive, my worth goes away.
And so your standard is set higher and higher for yourself, and then Photoshop is what helps you make it even more higher and unrealistic.
Yeah, it's
But
rough.
if you're building your fan base from a point of truth and honesty, then that fan base is going to stay with you for as long as you're doing it.
True, but you have to start that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because like for a lot of these people are already cruised along, and probably a lot of women don't think that's possible without also being attractive. I don't know.
Or you just be really, really hot, and then build up a brand, and then, you know, when you're tired of doing the model thing, hopefully you've built up this other sort of business that you can run, and then you can jump off of Instagram when you're done with that. Like, there's obviously many ways you can do it. It just
also
seems
confidence. Confidence in itself is attractive, and like that, just being confident in your looks can make it. That's its own illusion. Not Photoshop. It's just being confident in your own skin. You guys are lucky. You're very handsome boys.
Oh, thanks. Well, I mean, you know, guys, as long as I keep my hair, I think I'll look fine as I get older. Yeah, we have that slight advantage where older men aren't really, you know, look down on the beauty side of things.
Yeah, guys can get away with being like weird looking or unattractive, and that doesn't affect their brand.
Go us.
Oh my God. Boy, we really did it.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, I'd probably get more likes if I started using Facetune on my photos. Maybe I should do that.
I mean, that's the thing too. I've done Facetune for you a couple times.
You Facetune me for a couple photos, haven't you?
Yeah, I made your ass nice and dummy thick.
Hey, no, you did, yeah, for the Nicki Minaj and Kardashian pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny how every single social media has its own thing that we try to act like we're perfect on. Because Twitter, I think it's a lot of people acting like they're the smartest. Facebook is people acting like they have the moral high ground, or moral and political high ground. And then Instagram is just attractiveness. It's interesting.
Yeah.
The ways we lie on every single one of them.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Ian.
You're welcome.
Stay away from my sister. Thank you.
Well, we're bringing her on, but I mean,
She's probably down.
but
She's probably down.
it's up to you if like you want to do that after like we go on a couple dates or like after we get married. Like it's up to you. It's up to you when you want to do it. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you haven't checked out our new clothing line, please do so. We got all sorts of fun stuff on there. Smosh.store. You could get a You're My Favorite Pizza Place shirt.
That's right.
We got the Smosh logo shirt because
Pretty awesome.
so many of you guys complained when we put out the I Helped shirt. You guys, a lot of you guys were like, but where does it say Smosh? And we're like, well, it's not really. But a lot of you guys wanted something that just said Smosh on it. So boom.
Yeah.
We gave it to you.
And the hats are so cute.
The hats are great.
Also this hoodie, the tie-dye hoodie.
So
freaking
comfy.
Cute.
It's not like cheap hoodie. It's like a nice linen-y,
Oh, yeah.
but it's
It's
still
so good.
warm.
Feels real good.
And the
light.
water bottle is incredible. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
I still have the old Smosh Pit hat that we used for day jobs.
Oh.
Do you still
Yeah.
have yours?
I don't think so. But I do still have a Smosh Live water bottle.
Hey.
Oh yeah, my Smosh Live staff T-shirt.
Nice.
That's great.
But the
That's not
hats-
for sale though.
No, sorry.
So
But
yeah,
the Smosh hat is really cute. It's embroidered.
The Smosh hat is
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. I like it.
I'm
It's
gonna be
cute.
wearing that a lot.
But Smosh.store, get at it before it's gone. And if you guys want to listen to this podcast, well, guess what? It comes out every Wednesday on any of your favorite podcast apps. It's also available on video format on Fridays. So catch it there. Make sure you subscribe, like, hit the bell button.
And clean up litter. Don't
Yeah,
litter.
Yes, pick up a piece of litter today.
Yeah.
Go outside, find a piece of litter, throw it in the garbage. Do that once every day. Make the world a better place.
That's right.
Thank you so much. I love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.